By the authority given in the statute of the Open University, I declare this congregation open for the conferment of degrees and the presentation of graduates. Distinguished guests, graduates and friends of the University, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the 6th of the Open University's degree ceremonies being held in 2014. We are delighted to welcome Sir Kenneth and Lady Elizabeth Bloomfield and Mr. John Pearce from Fujitsu International, who have found time in their busy diaries to be with us this afternoon. And it is also a great pleasure to welcome our honorary graduate, Mr. Sebastian Barry. We are delighted to be able to honour him today. Each year, the Open University awards over 14,000 degrees, and throughout 2014, more than 7,000 of the graduates are being presented for their qualifications at degree ceremonies such as this one today in Dublin. These are being held in 13 different towns and cities throughout the United Kingdom, as well as in Dublin, Versailles, and in other places as far apart as Moscow, Bucharest, and Addis Ababa. This illustrates the extraordinary scale, scope, and reach of the Open University, underlying the fact that today you are joining a worldwide community of graduates. It goes without saying that today it is a very important occasion in the life of you, our graduates, your families and loved ones, as well as the university staff, who I hope you will feel have nurtured and supported you. You could be forgiven for feeling that this occasion is so important that it needs to be solemn. You'd be quite wrong. In every sense, this is a day of celebration. So we will be extremely disappointed if anyone crosses the stage this afternoon to anything less than thunderous applause, or whatever other way you choose to express your enthusiasm and support. With that in mind, why don't all of today's graduates briefly stand and join me in expressing your thanks to all those in the audience who have helped and supported you on what must at times have felt a long and arduous academic journey. Today's ceremony will begin with the presentation of those graduates who have gained a higher degree and who have been able to attend here today. They will be presented by Mrs. Heather Laird, Assistant Director of the Open University in Ireland. We will then see the awarding of the honorary degrees of Doctor at the University to Mr. Sebastian Barry. Mr. John Darcy, Director of the Open University in Ireland, will present Mr. Barry, who will sign the honorary graduate's book, which is just behind me somewhere. Then we will continue our presentation of graduates with those who have gained first degrees. They will be presented by Mr. John Addy, Assistant Director of the Open University in Ireland. To conclude this ceremony, if you've still got the stamina, I'll give a personal address to the graduates.
Pro-Chancellor, I shall now present graduates who have gained higher degrees and have been able to attend here today. For the degree of Doctorate in Education, I present to you for a thesis entitled An Exploration of Clinical Teaching and Learning within a Preceptorship Model in an Acute Care Hospital in the Republic of Ireland, Adele McSharry. I present to you for the degree of Master of Arts in Education, Carol Holloway. Margaret Linnane. Noel Maniam. Joanne Timlin. For the degree of Master of Arts in Music, I present Pamela Harrison. And Anne Ringwood. For the degree of Master of Arts in Online and Distance Education, Antonio Garcia Verdugo Palacios. Fergus Timmons. For the degree of Master of Arts in Philosophy, I present Carol Smith. For the degree of Master of Arts in Social Sciences, I present Patrick Connolly. John O'Driscoll. For the degree of Masters in Business Administration, I present Janet Dillon. David Farrell. Cleona Hanna. David Martinez. Ioana Mihai. Robert Moore. Alison Porter. Wayne Riley. Alistair Rennie. Mark Sweeney. Sophia Thunderspur. For the degree of Master in Business Administration and Master of Science in Human Resource Management, Owen Hennessy. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Technology Management, I present Tony O'Reilly. Colm Purcell. Neil Kyogi. Drew Tyrrell. For the degree of Master of Education, I present Martina Ahern. Asma Ahmed. Helen Doak. Suzanne McInerney. Ellen O'Brien. Regina O'Malley. Tanya O'Reilly. Jackie Orr. Anika Radke. Marie Stafford. Mary White. For the degree of Master of Engineering, I present Derek Jones. Andrew Page. Barry Spillan. For the degree of Master of Science in Advancing Healthcare Practice, I present Angela Carey. Mary Collins. Dorothy Hanley. For the degree of Master of Science in Advancing Healthcare Practice and a BSc Honours, I present Jeanette Payne. For the degree of Master of Science in Earth Science, I present William Burns. For the degree of Master of Science in Medical Physics, I present Patrick O'Reilly. For the degree of Master of Science in Medicinal Chemistry with distinction, I present Nama Ahmad. For the degree of Master of Science in Medicinal Chemistry, I present Daniel Torres. For the degree of Master of Science in Psychology with distinction, I present Anne Corkery. For the degree of Master of Science in Psychology, I present Elizabeth Garvey. Patrick Hegarty. For the degree of Master of Science in Science, I present Jennifer Keane. And Stefan O'Carroll.
Pro-Chancellor, colleagues, graduates and guests. Full of passion without sentimentality and genuinely uplifting, he writes like an angel. That was how James Naughtie described Sebastian Barry's The Secret Scripture in Sunday Telegraph's Books of the Year list in 2008. Praise like that is not uncommon for Sebastian Barry. It's not at all surprising, therefore, that The Secret Scripture was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize before being named the 2008 Costa Book of the Year. And in 2009 it was the Irish Book Awards Novel of the Year, the Independent Booksellers Book of the Year, and it won the James Tait Black Memorial Prize for Fiction. Such critical acclaim has been more than matched by the response of readers in Ireland, the United Kingdom, and further afield, who regularly place Sebastian Barry's work in the bestsellers lists. Born in Dublin and educated at Trinity College, Sebastian Barry established himself as a writer in the 1980s, publishing collections of poetry for adults and works of short fiction for children, before contributing novels and works for the stage to the literary scene. His plays include Boss Grady's Boys, which won the BBC Stuart Parker Award, and The Steward of Christendom, which was first staged at the Royal Court Theatre before transferring to Broadway. It won the Christopher Ewart-Biggs Memorial Prize, the Ireland America Literary Prize, the Critics' Choice Award for Best New Play, and the Writers' Guild Award for the Best Fringe Play. In the same year, Sebastian won the Lloyds Private Banking Playwright of the Year Award. Ireland is at the heart of Sebastian's work, and the importance of place in his work is notable. In the novel The Whereabouts of Innes McNulty, the town and landscape of Sligo begin to exert a clear hold on Barry and his characters, anchoring the lyrical and mythical dimensions to his work by locating his fiction in named and real places, as can be seen by the repeated appearances of Sligo's Cafe Cairo. Another honorary doctor of the Open University, Roddy Doyle, who's here today, has praised Sebastian's style, describing The Whereabouts of Innes McNulty as a powerful, unique book, and describing Sebastian's language as utterly new and quite magnificent. Sebastian Barry has added much to the literary heritage of Ireland by spotlighting aspects of our history forgotten or displaced by official histories, through his skillful use of engaging narratives and compelling characters. It is this approach which resonates with the ethos of the Open University, fostering reflection and debate in the pursuit of social justice. Pro-Chancellor, by the authority of the Senate, I present to you, for the degree of Doctor of the University, Sebastian Barry.
Few entirely impromptu remarks. Since the imagination exists somewhere in the very air of things, perhaps it is appropriate that the University of the Air was once considered as a name for the Open University. Of course, we may allow these days that the imagination is also the product of the firing, burning, complex dances of the synapses in the brain. That it all has a curious machine-like origin, even if that machine is even more curiously made of flesh, of neurons and glial cells. But does that describe its wonders? This inner cinema, this palace of dreams, this box of suggestion and intuition. Nothing more curious than the human brain. And we may ask what extraordinary evolutionary need drove this upright ape that we basically are to this tremendous need to know things, to reply to the gauntlet that the universe throws down to us, to rise up, and to make us start to understand it. Why were we not content merely to plant our crops, herd our beasts, bring down our buffaloes? The answer may simply be human hunger, fear of want and pang of drought, that drove us to ever more sophisticated farming practices, magisters and poets of seeds and seasons, ever more sophisticated weaponry, alas, though once beautiful, elegant bronze or iron that, no matter how decorated by the artists, nevertheless was prized mostly for the sharpness of the blades. But from blades to ploughs, and from war to love, and from necessity to art, and from art to the wonder of the beholder and the scholar. You scholars of the Open University are here today because you have been so true, so absolutely true to the prompting of the human hunger for knowledge. In some cases, pure knowledge, in some cases, applied. And for this one single human being applauds you. On this day, in this place, no one is more worthy of praise than you. You felt the fear, you did the work. You have emerged from both fear and work, slavery, I hear you whisper, into triumph. In this, you have been magically both practical and creative. You heard the call of the elephants and lions of the imagination, and you have run away with the circus of the Open University, whose fabled beasts and high-wire acts are in the very ether, in the postal service, and on the mysterious internet. The Open University, which is open because there are no barred gates, no troubling walls with glass shards on top, no buildings full of foreboding, no sunless facades. Just the wide open prairies of the imagination whose citizens you are. You who have both been honoured by this fabulous institution and have brought honour in your turn to it. Thank you.
Pro-Chancellor, we now come to the part of today's ceremony that marks the presentation of graduates who have gained a first degree and have been able to attend here today. The full subject and classification details are printed in the Directory of Graduates. I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with First Class Honours, Colin Fagan. Gabrielle McCabe. Siobhan McCabe. Anne McMahon. Joanne Ridge. Elaine Ball. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, I present Stephen Klusky. Eva Collins. James Kerrins. Margaret Long. Michelle McLean. John McAniff. Aisling McKennedy. Matthew McKiernan. Deborah Moon. Dermot Murphy. Yvonne Nelson. Sheila O'Brien. Catherine O'Connor. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, I present Claire Casey. Jane Hessler. Andrew Songhurst. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with First Class Honours, I present Paul Moran. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours, I present Phil Button. Declan Curtin. Brian Healy. Raymond Mason. Tommy Morrissey. David O'Donovan. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws with Honours, I present Enda McMahon. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with First Class Honours, I present Margaret Butler. Dolores Daly. Joey Gallagher. Porrick Gunning. Pamela Gunter. Fatima Hussain. Howell Jones. Eleanor Maher. Patricia Mullen. Una Mulryan. Hannah Wallace. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, I present Maria Augustus. Abiba Berhani. Catherine Brazil. Eamon Brennan. Bernadette Byrne. Amy Carey. Serena Coyle. Stephen Crawford. Margaret Curran. Breda Davoren. Anne-Marie Deneen. Anne-Marie Doyle. Louise Earle. Christine Ellickson. Lisa Elliott. Charity Emmanuel. Lindsay Finch. Sharon Finnerty. Seamus Flynn. David Ford. Deirdre Gannon. Emma Godsill. Paul Grimes. Liam Hennessy. John Kane. Finton Kelly. Neve Kelly. Annette Kernan. Lorna Lawless. Martin Malone. Yvonne McGlynn. Alan McMahon. Annette Meikle. Philip Meehan. Constance Mundera. Natasha Miskella. Peter Mulvihill. Mariam Temitope Muratala. Ryan Murray. Gail Nicholson. Sarah Nolan. Denise O'Connor. Aoife O'Neill. Edward O'Connor. Fiona O'Donnell. Linda O'Meara. Joe Portingale. Paul O'Keefe. Ollie O'Brien. Michael Rees. Moira Ryan Lynch. Aileen Sheehan. Jeanette Smith. Valerie Vaughan. Emma Vincent. Doreen Wirchu. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, I present Philip Burns. Tina Carol McCarthy. Aidan Dennehy. Tariq El Amoud. Catherine Murphy. For a foundation degree, I present Stephen Dodd. And for the Diploma of Higher Education, I present Tag Jensen. Derek Smith.
We're nearly there. If I can find my papers. Right. There are two Wicklow men on the platform here today. Sean O'Casey was a very fine writer. He made one fatal misjudgment when Captain Boyle in Juno and the Paycock remarked disparagingly that he never met a Wicklow man who was worth a damn. So we put that to one side and share the joy that my family came from Tinahely, which is where Sebastian now lives. It's a small world. I left Ireland 55 years ago. The Ireland I left in 1959, I can remember coming out of the pictures in O'Connell Street and seeing kids barefoot walking around begging. I can remember 40 years of economic stagnation. The Irish economy didn't move from 1919 to 1959. I can remember massive emigration. I was one of them. I didn't want to go, but I had to go. I can remember self-imposed isolation. Almost it was a badge of honour that Ireland was separate from the rest of the world. I can remember censorship. I can remember the ban on my own university, Trinity, that the then Catholic Archbishop of Dublin, Mick McQuaid, would not allow his vulnerable kids to go to the dangerous place called Trinity College. And I can remember a deep suspicion of everything English, with some considerable justification. I can remember chronic unemployment. people leaving school at the age of 13, low-skilled work. I lived in the countryside. The rural despair of the one thing that people wanted to do was to get the hell out of it, which they did. The GDP of the country was 50% of what the United Kingdom was at that time. And I went a few years later to live in Northern Ireland. And when I left it in 1968, at the beginning of the Troubles, I was on the second march, I think, to Derry. My wife was on the very first one at Queen's University, the Civil Rights March, as it was called then, because we had a sort of Quakerish background. And I can remember going back year after year, 30 nightmarish years of doing business in Northern Ireland in those days. And the Ireland of today, yes, a banking catastrophe, now recovering, but let's put it in perspective. One of the most prosperous countries in the world, with a strong European and global reputation, outward-looking, confident, sophisticated, and a final reconciliation with England after 800 years. Three symbolic moments came to my mind. 7 years ago, I came to a rugby match here in Dublin, in Croke Park, between Ireland and England. It was an extraordinary moment, the reconciliation of the rugby players with the GAA with the English, and the extraordinary, very moving occasion it was. And then the Queen came here 3 years ago, and I think she is known to have said the most important achievement of her life was the visit to Dublin and Ireland 3 years ago. And you could see it in the way she was performing this week with your President. And I heard your President speak in the House of Lords last Tuesday, Michael D. Higgins. As he came in, the applause was standard, straightforward, but before you knew where it was, there was an extraordinary surge across the room. And somebody said to me afterwards, only one other person had ever achieved that sort of surge from these cynical politicians, and that was Nelson Mandela. And how did this all happen? Two courageous politicians, Sean Lemass and I think Garrett Fitzgerald, who we gave a degree to here 3 years ago. Some of you will remember it. The last time he appeared in public, he had died a couple of weeks after that wonderful day. That was the first thing. Those two politicians, Sean Lemass and Garrett Fitzgerald, opened doors which people before had been reluctant to open. A transformed educational system, the system where school children were allowed to leave at 13, has become a system where most kids now stay on till 18. The development of modern skills. This now is an economy which can match any economy in terms of the skills available. And the Open University has played a role. I went with John Darcy 2 or 3 years ago to the now, hopefully, fortunately closed Maze Prison just outside Belfast. And the Open University went into that prison 30 or 40 years ago, bravely. The other universities didn't. Went in and offered people from all the sides of the community the chance to better themselves. And I think we produced 300 degrees out of the Maze prison during those days. I bet your bottom dollar those 300 people are now good and worthy and constructive citizens. And don't leave it to me, I got a letter this week from the Taoiseach, out of the blue, an extraordinary letter. And I just want to read a couple of paragraphs from it. The Open University, through its unique and radical open admissions policy and its promotion of equity of access to education, has unequivocally been instrumental in changing how society perceives higher education. This has brought untold benefits to the economy, but also to our societal and individual well-being. And the contribution of the Open University in this sphere should not be underestimated. Indeed, Ireland has benefited enormously from the experience and expertise in flexible learning brought by the Open University, including its direct contribution to publicly funded initiatives for those out of work, such as the government's Springboard programme. These initiatives have helped Ireland develop a modern skills base that will form the lifeblood of our renewed growth and prosperity. Praise indeed. I want to say something about the future of the Western world. There are great concerns appearing around us at the moment. The dangers inherent in climate change. At last, people are beginning to realise this is real. The next threat to the world is going to be the internet reducing jobs. I think in 20 years' time you won't be going to supermarkets anymore. And anybody who's got an investment in supermarkets, I suggest that you think again, because I think that the internet is going to wipe them out. And I made a lot of money out of the supermarket in my time, and I'm glad I'm not dealing with them now. The social and economic issues arising from an ageing society. It's great to be old. When you're 77, you've got a chance of getting to 78 nowadays. 40 years ago in Ireland, you were lucky to get to 65. And but that creates all sorts of social and economic problems. And of course, the unending tensions in the Middle East and Eastern Europe, the legacy, some of it the legacy of the Soviet Union. So my conclusion is that the Open University and its students must face these challenges positively and directly, accepting the technological revolution, which can be a threat but is also a huge opportunity, responding with more education, because in a fast-moving world like this, one has to go on educating oneself in order to keep up. That's what the Open University is about. Respecting the past, but not looking backwards, not engaging in what I call nostalgic conservatism. That's no good. We need to respect the past, but we need to build on it. I hope that you students are going to benefit from your experience with us. I know we, the Open University, have benefited from our experience with you. So, would all today's graduates please stand? And may I ask all of the guests assembled here to once again express their warmest congratulations and best wishes to you all. Well done. The proceedings of this degree ceremony have been completed, and I now declare this meeting of congregation closed. Will all of those who are able to stand please do so?